If an apple a day keeps the doctor away, then what are you going to do? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and normally I write going to do, but sometimes I just want to say going to or gonna, G-O-N-N-A, gonna do. What am I going to do? I'm going to eat this apple today. I guarantee I will eat this delicious Honeycrisp apple. Honeycrisps are my favorite. They've been my favorite since they were invented. I don't remember when they were invented, but it's been during my lifetime, right? Didn't used to have all kinds of apples available. We usually had like 3 or 4 different varieties. Now there's literally hundreds, if not thousands of varieties of apples. So you're bound to be able to find one that is good for you. And lucky for me, I've had granddaughters for 8+ years. They haven't been able to eat apples for 8 years, but let's say 7 years plus, I've been able to eat the peel while my granddaughters eat the apple. So the peel is the best part for you. The skin is where most of the nutrients are. I read this yesterday. Didn't really necessarily know that. Just knew that you're supposed to eat the peel if you can eat the peel, but little kids can't, of course. They shouldn't. They can, but they might choke. And we don't want choking babies or choking children. So we don't feed them apple peels or certain things like that. So today that was our idiom for supersize your business. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's been around since the 1800s. It actually came from the Welsh and from Wales version of the idiom, which is also a proverb. Eat an apple on going to bed, and you'll keep the doctor from earning his bread. I think it's interesting. I think I like an apple a day keeps the doctor away better than eat one before bed and he won't get his bread. Okay, whatever. But by 1913, it had changed to an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And we apply it to a lot of things in our life, right? But it's to remind us that if we eat healthily and take care of ourselves, which is the topic of this, well, we spent a month on, it's today's challenge for the annual challenge today topic. We're reviewing what we talked about throughout the whole month of May, and we're checking in with our physical goal that we set for ourselves. Are we on track to make it by the end of the year? And if we're not, what do we need to tweak and change to make sure that we can get on track? Because we still have time, right? There's plenty of time to achieve our physical goal that we set for ourselves in May by the end of the year, if we've been doing the things we're supposed to do. And if we haven't, we can still hop back on and start again. It doesn't matter if we don't hit the exact target date. What matters is that we reaffirm our commitment to achieving that goal, and then we get it when we get it, right? I'm a big believer in having a date and setting that date, but I also know that life happens and life gets in the way, and we have to be willing to adjust and make changes, or we're always going to be beating ourselves up for not doing the things that we should have done in the first place, which is of no value. So we talked about that idiom today and how it applies to building and growing and supersizing our business. Talked a little bit about logic, if-then statements. If this happens, then that may or may not happen. It's a logical statement and a logical argument. A lot of times, logical arguments are not true, and they're not logical at all. If you want any examples of that, just watch the media or go on social media, and you'll see all kinds of craziness that makes zero sense. That's a topic for another day. So we're talking about physical well-being, physical goals, physical health on this year's annual challenge. And our assignment today is, again, to review and say, am I on track to achieve my physical goals this year or not? And if we're not, that's not the end of the world. We can just adjust and make a couple of changes to our plans. And then talk about different habits that successful entrepreneurs and business owners have when it comes to growing and building and supersizing their business, so that it will keep the competition away. It will keep the regulators. And I didn't even talk about this today, but I thought about it, but I forgot to talk about it. If we want to keep, in the United States, the IRS off your back and the regulators, depending on the industry that you're in, there's OSHA, there's USDA, there's the FDA, there's all kinds of regulatory agencies depending on the industry and the business that you're in, then you need to have good habits, have good systems, have good processes in place. We talked about that a little bit. All right, that's all I've got today. It's a brand new week. Excited. I love the fall. Coming up on an early Thanksgiving this year, so start to think about that, because I think it is still my favorite holiday. My death day and Thanksgiving. I love them both. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, have a fantastic day, and I will be with you tomorrow. Just letting you know, what am I up to now as I transition from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business. So I've had my feet and fingers in lots of pies throughout my life, and I am more than an open book when it comes to sharing those things with you. Any questions? Ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I'll be with you tomorrow.